Jamie Dean was a troubled man.
These are his medals.
Plagued by nightmares, the 29-year-old former army sergeant felt tormented by the memories of his tour of duty. Encouraged to seek help by his wife Muriel, Jamie Dean went to a local Veterans Affairs clinic. He had one appointment with a psychiatrist at the clinic and was quickly diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, known as PTSD. He started receiving a regimen of antidepressants and sleeping pills through the post. But according to his wife, Jamie's world completely fell apart when he received fresh call-up orders, this time to Iraq. It was Christmas Day last year that Jamie finally snapped, firing a shotgun into the paddock at his father's empty farmhouse.
No, I done my time on the military.
You did your what? No, what?
Back.
They're getting ready to call you back, you think?
They already called me back. And I lost all my friends.
You lost all your friends because you were overseas?
Yeah. But then you come back and nobody respects that.
Nobody?
The police soon arrived, and although they knew about Jamie's diagnosis of PTSD, they responded aggressively.
Well, there are people surrounding me.
A lot of people.
Them get the hell away from the back of the house.
They're backing up. I told them to back off, but I'm not lying to you.
I got lights and everything, and you know what? It's about to get ugly.
Oh, yes.
You
Yes,
have no idea what the fuck I'm about to do.
These photos showed the damage after police fired 85 tear gas canisters into the building. Realising that the police were ignoring her husband's fragile condition, Muriel Dean feared the worst.
They called him back on the cell phone as I was sitting a little ways away, and you heard the guy on the other line say, "He's deceased, but don't tell the family." And I don't remember much after that.
Jamie Dean was shot dead by a police sniper.
Tonga can ill afford to chase its whales away. As a tourist drawcard, every humpback is worth about $1 million in its lifetime to the local economy. Along with most Tongans his age, Ongo Kahea ate whale as a child. But now, as a whale watch operator, he needs to keep them alive.
Every time I go out there, I feel like I love them. And I don't want to hurt them anymore. And I don't want to eat them anymore.
The truth is, they are about to be hunted once more, for the first time in 30 years. It's supposedly for scientific purposes, according to the International Whaling Commission. From November, Japanese whalers will set out to kill a quota of 50 humpbacks as they return to Antarctic waters.
Khartoum, the capital of Africa's largest country, awakens. Islam is at home in northern Sudan. Here, the strict laws of the Sharia prevail. Weapons have fallen silent in the fighting between the Arabic north and the Christian south since a ceasefire was reached in January 2005. In 2011, the people of southern Sudan will have the chance to decide whether they want to stay with the Islamic North or gain their independence. Most Christians agree. They do not want to stay with the North. In the referendum, I will vote for the separation from the North. The Arabs want to incite us one against the other. They make our lives difficult.
They want to lose the South and the Southerners, but not the oil. And so they will not just let it go like that. So I think we are going to a very dangerous period where confrontation may be inevitable.
North and South have now split the seats in Parliament. The peace agreement calls for a national government and promises autonomy and religious freedom.
All their sufferings, all the bombings, all the aerial bombings have come to an end, and there is a way forward, and there is a way of development, so that 100 years from today, 50 years from today, their children should never have to go through what we've gone through.
The parliamentarian and geophysicist has returned home from political exile in Canada. Since his return, he's accused the government of further destabilising the South to continue wielding power there.
The government of Sudan has decided to continue arming these people, giving them money, giving them ammunition, so that they go to the roads that lead to southern Sudan, to Juba, and any vehicle that passes by, whether it is a passenger vehicle, they shoot. You can see the results.
As always, it's the people who suffer most.
Deep behind the walls of this maximum security prison on the island of Cebu, nearly 1,500 hardcore prisoners gather for their morning routine. 2/3 of the men here have been either convicted or accused of murder, rape or violent drug crimes, and are considered to be amongst the most dangerous offenders in the Philippines. But
young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy.
every day these inmates put on a heart-pumping display of synchronised dancing. The man who's responsible for this dancing revolution is the prison's overseer, Byron Garcia.
Slowly, I introduced dancing to them. Macho, they're perceived to be macho people. Macho people don't dance. I mean that's the stereotype, right? They're supposed to be murderers. They're supposed to be rapists, and do we have to dance?
Before Byron arrived, the prisoners had nothing to do and prowled around looking for trouble. But not long after he introduced dance moves to the exercise routine, he noticed a change in their behaviour.
They became friends. Everybody became friends because of that. If you're a friend, then you cannot be my enemy, right? So that's a behavioral change now. They treat everybody as a friend.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello, sir.
With full access to the prison, I was able to wander freely amongst the inmates.
Good afternoon, sir.
Quite remarkably for a maximum security prison, there's not a trace of animosity, but instead a feeling of genuine happiness.
Nepal. It is the country known as the Kingdom of the Deities. In this country, where per capita income is $250 and unemployment is over 50%. A lot of people live in dire poverty. And yet, hope and comfort are never too far away. The streets of Nepal, where 90% of people are Hindu, are filled with temples and deities. And these are the entities from which the Nepalese draw their strength and reassurance. She is supposed to possess cow-like eyelids, a snail-like neck, a tree-like body, just like the portrayal of the image of God and Goddess in the holy Hindu scripture. She is Kumari. The status of Kumari as a goddess is not granted by birth. Kumari is selected from girls aged 2 to 4 who satisfy all the conditions of 32 perfections. These include having Shakya as her family name, having black hair and eyes, and a blemish-free body. If she passes all these tests, she is selected as Kumari until she has her first menstrual period, around the age of 10. Once a girl is selected as Kumari, the Nepalese believe, the spirit of the ancient Nepalese goddess Teleju enters her body, purifying her old memories and impurities. They believe the girl is reborn as a goddess. They take little girls who can barely express their hunger and illness. They lock them up in the temples, saying it's for doctrinal reasons, and give them all the religious work to do. If you tell my child to sit like that, in a cramped place for a long time, she won't be able to do it. Kumari is just like any other child. Kumari is thought to be specially chosen by mystic powers, but they have no freedom and live in isolation from the outside world. This is Dan, crouching down in the corner of the room. When we met her, we knew instantly that she was not sane. She persists in keeping her Kumari status because her periods have not started yet. She just gives her blessing mechanically to visitors. Some people argue that the fear of being stripped of her goddess status, along with the numerous taboos and repression, has affected her mental condition.